Hi everyone. So let's take our session or let's take our progress to the next level, to the next topics in the introduction to the VBA. So in this video, we will be talking about the variables and we will be talking about that how we can declare those variables, what are the different types of variables which are available in the Excel VBA. So as you can see from the screen, we have like 9 different kind of variables that we can declare in our VBA module. First is, as the name suggests, string. So it's like names like Bob. I can assign any name. Then we have integer, which can take the values between minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. Then we have long variable types. If there is a need to have a integer of length which is out of the range for this integer, then we can use long variable type. Then we have Boolean variable type which can take only two values, true or false. Okay, so then we have singles which can take decimal numbers. Again, we want decimal numbers with more accuracy. Then we will have double. If the value is currency, we can use currency as a variable type. Then we have variant, where we let the VBA code decide how to deal with the variables. And then we have objects variables. It points to an object, for example, range. Right. So we have these 9 types of variables available in the VBA, and before we start writing any program, it is important to declare our variables so that when if we have to refer those variables multiple times in the program, we can do it just by writing the names, or even it helps the prog it helps the program to know that what kind of properties and methods that we can use on different types of variables. So let's just jump to the Visual Basic Editor and see how we can declare some of the variables. Okay, so I'm going to the Visual Basic Editor. So I have prepared a couple of things so that I can keep it handy while I'm giving a demo of this. So you see, this is a typical program. So if you remember, whenever you write a program, you start with a sub and then you end with the end subline. Okay, and all your codes reside between these two lines. Okay, so okay, let's look at the program. So dim. So dim basically stands for the dimensions. Ideally, dim is the keyword that we use whenever we are declaring any variable. The logical sense says that it should be declared, but yeah, that's how the conventionally for many years it has been followed. So, yep. So this dim stands for dimension. So let's say to this particular example, I have taken a very simple example where there is one item name and we have to give the stock value and how many items are present, how many quantities are present for that particular item. So we said that we start with dim, then we give the variable name as item name, and then we declare this with as keyword, and then we say that string. So we are saying that item name is a string. Okay, then another example is of like the quantity. The quantity is like taken the name as stock. We say that dim stock as an integer. So these are the two values, two variables that we have declared in this program. Then I can say name. So now once I have uh, given the variable name, I can use it anywhere in the program. Now you must be thinking that name we haven't declared, right? So we will see right now that what happens when we make a mistake when we declare the variable names. Okay, so name is something which does not exist. Okay, so I have deliberately made this mistake, and the rest of the program it's like it will I am given a range that in worksheet 2 at J1 you store the name, and then in the J2 you store the stock. Okay, now just watch what error it gives. So I'll run this program. You see, it says that variable not defined. Okay, so say that it found one variable name and it said the variable not defined. So what we will do, we will just fix this. We have defined as item name, item name. Okay, we will make another mistake. Let's see what happens. Let's say I write this as brush. Okay, so if you remember from the previous video, whenever we fix any bug, we need to reset the program, then we can run it again. Okay, now we are running it again. You see another error was given, that variable not defined. Okay, it's the same thing, so we need to fix it here also, item name. So you can also understand that how the program is running. It's first took the item name and it scanned across all the lines and see that where the item name is given. And it found that and it scanned everything. Okay, we will reset it. We will run it again. We again got an error. This time this is type mismatch. Okay, let's debug this. Yes, this is a types mismatch because we have given this as a string value, but we have declared this as an integer. So these are the two types of mistakes that the programmer can make. Either we give incorrect variable name, we might miss the variable name, or we might give the incorrect value type. So this is type mismatch and the variable not defined. These are the two common mistakes when we declare a variable. Okay, so now if it seems everything is fine, we'll run this. Okay, we select this, declare variable, run, and we'll go and see. So we have made the changes in sheet 2. Here you can see there's a toothpaste and 5. I will just show it again. We run this, declare variable, then this we have run. Okay, so that's how the declare variable function works. Now let's also see that these were the variables related to the value type. Okay, we also mentioned that we have another object variable also, for example range. So let's see how we can do that. So to understand it, let's write another subroutine, sub range example. We will write this. Okay, and then let's say I declare this as a dim stock value as range. So see, okay, now let's say we have stock values in these 3 rows. So let's say I have uh, stock value, I have 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so we have values from J2 to J4. So we will write set, we will use set keyword to define our range. So we'll write set stock value equal to worksheets, we will say sheet 2, and you will have range, or range of this J2 to J4, J2 to J4. Do not worry about how we define this range because we will also look into that part in later videos. Okay, So this is how we define the range. So now that we have defined it the range, so instead of writing, let's say we want to make all the values bold. So instead of writing, we will say that uh, the whole formula like this, defining the whole range like this, we can simply refer to as stock value dot. You see, the VBA understands it that we have declared this as a range, so it will start giving us the properties. So let's say I can say font dot bold equal to true. Now we will run this. You see, this has become as bold. Okay, so that's the another object, range object, and this is how we can use it. So this was all about declaring the variables, an important step, and the first step while you are writing a program, that you declare your variables, make sure they are of the correct type, string, integer, decimal, singles, whatever is your requirement, and then you can start using those variable names in your programs. Okay, now let's move to another thing which is called, apart from variable, there are constant also. So we will look at the example of the constant. So let's take a scenario where we have this three people, Jack, Mohan, and Ram, and we need to calculate. They earn the salary of, like, they have different salaries of 500, 800, and 900, and we want to understand what is the tax amount they have to pay. And let's say that the standard tax rate is of 35%. Okay, so just run this program. So we have created a table here for the demo purpose, so the value should populate here. Okay, so our tax amount, that's our run. You see, this is 175, 280, and 350. So this is only 3 lines and it seems very easy. But what if we have 5, 10, 15, or 100 such lines where we have to apply the same tax rate? And what if the tax rate changes for the next, for the, let's say this one is for Q1, let's say the tax rate changes for Q2. So again, we will have to write 100 lines of code, or we have to go and make the changes. So instead of that, there is VBA. VBA also provides us with the option of declaring a constant value. So in the previous example, we saw declaring the variable, but here we can declare a constant value also, and we can use it throughout our code. So we say that we can declare the constant by using this keyword constant, and we say that constant, the name of the variable would be, the name of the value would be tax rate, and its value would be 0.35. So here you will see now the program changes. I simply write uh, salary into tax rate, salary into tax rate, and salary into tax rate. So let's see how this works. So you see the same value comes here. To just see the beauty of this constant, the ability to declare constant, we will simply change this to, let's say, 25. Let's give them some tax rebates. Right now I just need to make change here. I do not have to make changes here. Okay, I'll simply go there and I will run this. See, now the value has changed as per the 25% of tax rate. Okay, so these are the two things that will be very handy for you, and you must know how to declare the variables, how to declare the constant, and by using this the names of these variables and constant, you can use it n number of times in your program, and it makes your life a lot easier. That's all in this video. Thanks everyone for watching, and do subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Share it with your friends who wants to learn the VBA, and We will meet in the next video. Uh, Thanks for giving your time for this video. Bye bye. Enjoy your life.